Please rise if you're able for the playing of our national anthem. Here's this. Put that into that.
What do you normally put?
Welcome to the broadcast for Texas Spurs versus FC Dallas Dynamo in the UPSL Texas North Conference Premier Division. Dynamo kicks off with a cheeky shot straight back into the hands for the keeper for Texas Spurs. Sam works the ball to Diego Facundo. Facundo back to George. George back to Alec Settenberg in goal tonight. Finds Wolf out wide. Long pass up the field. Spurs unable to bring that down. Dynamo plays back to their keeper to reset. Dynamo with a pass up the line. Finds Lozano. Lozano works the ball all the way back. Looked like a handball from here, referee.
Oh, we missed that one.
David brings the ball down for Dynamo. Tries to play a long ball forward to his striker. The ball's dealt with by Eric. George Williams on the ball. George has got a big left foot. He's going to look to play the ball long any chance he can. He's really good at it, as you see there. Slots a ball through. Unfortunately, the left mid unable to recover the ball there. Dynamo throw in, deep in their half. Facundo able to get the ball back for Spurs. It's Derek Crone on the ball. Back to Eric Wolferman. Back to George Williams. Again, we find Facundo. Back to George. Spurs just kind of testing out, seeing what movements Dynamo makes, trying to see what gaps they can find. Eric decides to go forward with the ball. Finds Logba in the middle. It's a good battle for the ball. Number 10 for Dynamo goes forward. Looks to put the ball out wide. Crone clears the ball, allows his team to reset. Working the ball around the back line for Dynamo. Maximiliano out wide for number 2. Lozano in chase. Gabe able to clear the ball out, but only as far as the Dynamo midfielder. Maximiliano on the ball. Freddie back to his center back. David on the ball out wide. With, I believe that's Alex Georgilia. That may not be actually. I think I see Alex on the bench. Not sure who that is for Dynamo over there, the number 8. George Williams looking again for the long ball with his left foot. Over the top for Jack to chase. Referee calls that in favor of the Texas Spurs. I'll go out there so I can see a little bit better. I do have Coach Nick Arbalez on the mic with me, even though he hasn't said a word yet. Helping me with the commentary for this game today. Gabe with the long throw for Spurs. David with Dynamo. Trying to work the ball out of the back. Spurs reclaims. Crone goes back, decides to settle the play down, keep possession. Back to George Williams. Sam back to George. Sam again looking for the gaps. Finds Facundo. Facundo back to George. George is going to go ahead and swing to Wolf. Back line for Spurs. Playing pretty well under the pressure. Of course, commentators curse as soon as I say that. They almost lose the ball in their back line. George finds Gabe. Gabe takes a big touch. He's got pressure on his back. He's able to find George, get out of trouble. Facundo on the ball, wearing the number 3 for the Spurs. Wolf looking to play the ball out wide. Instead, he opts to go over the top. It's a hard ball to control for Jack. Oh, hey, Sam tries to take him on out of the back. Spurs is going to get punished here. And they do. Trying to dribble the ball out of the back is never the option there. And Freddie takes the ball off of Sam's foot. Has no doubt about it, on the ground, far post. I don't know about that one, Nick.
Questionable decision for sure.
You know, at this level, I do notice that players tend to have to warm up into the game a lot. And a lot of times, teams are able to take the early lead by just being more ready from the kickoff. Sam's ball movement up until that point had been pretty good, but obviously that was a poor decision given the pressure.
Well, and overall, they've looked better than the last match that we saw them as far as keeping the ball in much more composed and
a lot.
See if they can bounce back.
A lot of new faces here. That was Facundo looking over the top for Kevin Martinez. They've added Diego Facundo to his ranks. Diego is a veteran of the UPSL. He's played several seasons with Sporting North Texas. Quality player. Normally you see him out on the left side, playing him as a 6 today because his ability to keep the ball. Lozano with a cheeky flick to Freddie. Freddie's looking for a ball through, sees nothing's in front of him. He's probably going to cut back. That goes out for a Spurs throw. That's Dobgima Famune in the middle. You'll hear me calling him Logba. That is what I've called him since I've known him for the past 10 years. Some commands coming from the goalkeeper, begging his team to wake up and stop giving away the ball unforced.
In so many words.
Excuse me if you hear me coughing a couple times tonight. I've had allergies all day long. Poor touch from Jack. He's able to win it back. Puts Logba under pressure. Good move there from Sam. Finds Gabe on the flank. Gabe to Logba. Sam goes back to his center back, George Williams. George Williams, another veteran of the UPSL, new face here tonight for Texas Spurs. He has played the last 3-4 seasons with Capel FC, which is now no longer competing in this league. And then before that, he was another Sporting North Texas player. That is a hasty tackle there. Kevin Martinez felt that one a little bit, still slow to get up. That ball is onside. A dangerous run into the box. Nobody there to finish it.
Travel.
Logba with the space, looking for his option. Plays a risky ball across the middle. Derek Crone recovers. Looks for a ball over the top. He's not on the same page with his front line there. I don't think they were looking to get in. Dynamo recovers. It's a 50-50 ball. Diego does a good job to recover that ball there. Good tackle from David and Dynamo to make sure that Kevin could not turn. Again, Sam's caught on the ball doing too much. And another counter. Freddie streaming through the middle, begging his teammate to give him the ball. He does not. Goes for the shot. Just off target. I have a feeling if that one had gone in that we would have seen head coach Ed Piskarich up out of that chair with something to say to Sam about losing the ball again in the middle of the field.
Right spot on. He's out of his chair right now. Coach Ray behind him and Coach Delgado on the lines for the Spurs tonight.
I take that back. It is Alex Georgila on the field now that I have a better look, wearing the captain's band for Dallas Dynamo. Another longtime player for Dynamo. If you're just tuning in, it is 1-0 in favor of Dallas Dynamo, who are visiting Texas Spurs here in Lucas, Texas. The goal was scored by Freddie Ayala, who picked the ball off of Spurs player, was in 1v1 with the goalkeeper and slotted it home first real look at the game. Spurs has had some decent possession, but they just so far have not done anything with it, but it is still early goings. George again. Diego Facundo. Facundo back to George. It was not a bad look there as George again with that left foot we spoke about. Unfortunately, it looks like maybe Kevin made his run a little bit too early. yeah, George Williams, known him for years, quality player. Uh, he's got a lot of experience to lend to this side, and you'll see that throughout the game. Max with the overlap. Dynamo with some good ball movement here. Freddie Ayala likes to take people on. Tricky player, one to watch. Lozano with the chest down. Lozano, another longtime player of Dynamo. Tries to play him through. Alex Seddenberg out to get the ball. Fumbles it, but it is able to recover.
Wolf having a little bit of a shocker.
Yeah, what I was saying, number 11 for Dallas Dynamo, Lozano, he's got a cannon of a left foot. If you let him on his left foot anywhere around that box, you are going to be in trouble. Doesn't matter how good your goalie is, the guy's got a absolute banger of a left. Spurs happy to play it around their back line for now as they look for another opening. George again over the top. That ball is not successful. D slowing us down a little bit as he looks over the top for Kevin.
Great
Kevin
ball.
in chase. He's going to have to hold the ball up and wait for some help here. It's 4v3 in favor of Dynamo. Ball across. It's a decent touch by Jack. And a clearance from the Dynamo player. Very calm touches here from Dynamo. Doesn't seem to mind the pressure at all. Logba with the ball back. George Williams again. Again, the ball movement's not terrible. As again, the commentator's curse.
2 for 2
I'm
there.
going to try not to give any more
2 for 2 there,
compliments.
Coach Gill.
I try not to give any more compliments today because it seems to be working against them. It's a really good layoff. The referee has called a penalty for a very harsh challenge. Just inside the box there. I think if VAR was available, he might see that might have been outside the box. I know it might be hard to see on camera. The lines here at Willow Spring Stadium are gray in color. And to me, it looked like he was just outside, but ref saw it differently. Got Captain Alex Jerzila on the ball. Alex Settenberg in goal for Sporting. Or, excuse me, for Texas Spurs. Low, no nonsense, 2-0. I will say that both of the goals that they've scored so far were not anything that I would say that they earned in their build-up, but 2 goals that Texas Spurs has just given away.
It's been turnovers. Turnovers in the run of play that have absolutely killed them. Spanish.
Nah.
I'm kidding.
Ball back in play. Dynamo immediately back in possession. Spurs has got to find some type of cohesion here as they seem to be panicking a little bit. You're going to see some tempers flare, I'm sure, out of frustration. George with a no-nonsense clearance. Facundo looking for his options, decides to go back to George. George back to Facundo. He's got his head up, he's looking. Goes for Jack's feet. Jack allows the defender to step in front of him. Dynamo reclaims the ball. Decides there's no reason to hurry. All the way back to the keeper. David back to his center back. Sam wins the ball, but it goes right back to Dynamo as they counter. Long ball across the middle looking for Lozano. Lozano just doesn't have the pace required to keep that ball in. Spurs throw deep in their own half. It's a good move out there by Kevin Martinez, who looks for Jack down the line. That ball is going to be a little bit too much for him to reclaim. Keeper decides to just dump the ball to the middle of the field. Facundo's happy about that as he brings it down back in possession for his team. If you're just tuning in, it is 2-0 Dallas Dynamo. Early goal by Freddie Ayala off a mistake on the back line of Texas Spurs. And second goal by captain Alex Dragila off of a penalty kick for a tackle inside the box. Uriel is unable to get the ball. I was gonna say that looked out of bounds to me, but he was kind of just walking out of the back there, Nick. It wasn't much to stop him from going forward, other than the fact he couldn't keep it in the bounds. Not much movement from Spurs right now either. Plays it to Facundo's waistline. Facundo again retains the ball well.
Very stagnant in the middle.
Again, Spurs able to retain the ball after almost losing it in the middle of the field. George finds Facundo. Facundo finds Wolf. Kevin finds Jack. Jack has space. Finds Crone. Crone with the ball, a little bit too big for anybody involved. That was much better ball movement by Spurs. I will say that Facundo has really done well as far as not giving the ball away at all. Everything he's touched has found another Spurs player at least. It's the first time we've seen Derek Crone get forward. Hopefully he gets a little bit more of that going because he can help in the attack if he can find himself in the right positions there. But he does have a Dynamo player just lurking outside of him over there who's kind of keeping him pinned back. It's a poor touch by the Dynamo player. Gives Spurs maybe the chance they need to get back into this game. Long throw. Flick by Derek Crone, earns a corner.
Been the most dangerous opportunity here for the Spurs.
See what they can make out of it. Going to have Sam Maldonado wearing the number 25, taking the corner for Spurs. Looks like we've got an in-swinger. I would be looking for George Williams or Dabgima Famune here. Two menaces in the air here. Again, the ball too far. Oh, there he is. Log ball on the header, tries to put it back on frame. It's a little bit too far outside for him to really generate any power. He really had to redirect it there instead of just glancing it towards goal. Wolf does well to keep the ball. George finds his keeper. Spurs able to reset. Goalkeeper plays the ball very long. Nobody there to challenge. Gabe does well. Sam looking for an option. Gives it to Facundo with pressure on his back. George decides to let it go back to his keeper. Alleviate the pressure. Keeper finds Eric Wolferman. I think he was looking for Jack Prather there. It ends up being a poor ball. The goalkeeper decides to take the player on. Some risky business back there. Facundo wins the header in the middle. Jack Prather with the pressure. There's not really a coordinated press going on with the Spurs team right now. I think that's part of the issue as well. Dynamo's kind of able to do what they want out of the back because it's either one guy pressing by himself. Lozano looks to get in goal here. What a tackle. Unfortunately, it goes right to the Dynamo player. Finds the back of the net. 3-0 Dynamo. And Gabe came in to make a great last-ditch tackle there. Just falls into the path of the Dynamo player. Nobody reacts quick enough.
Well, lackadaisical on that left side over there. Man running on that back post. Nobody marking him.
The one positive for the Spurs right now is that there is a lot of time left in this game, and they were starting to string some stuff together and get into the other side of the field. We just got to hope that they don't let it get too far away from them before they find something in the back of the net for themselves. I think the other problem that I've noticed is that there's a lot of good possession going on in the back line and the midfield, but once it gets up here, they're just not able to hold the ball.
Well, the runs in the final third haven't been the right ones. There's been a couple good balls, but not the right runs. They maintain
Good ball out
decent
to Derek
possession.
Crone. Oh, Derek Crone's touch gets away from him. You can hear the Spurs players trying to organize a little bit more, realizing that they were getting spread out a little bit, and that's part of the issue. Dynamo player able to bring the ball down beautifully there. A little bit of press here, but again, it's uncoordinated.
Lines are very disconnected.
Ref's going to give a foul for that all day. Dynamo ball. So they got him into a good area there where they could have pinched, but it was a little bit slow from Jack there to recognize the pinch. And by the time he was there, the player's trying to squeeze between and ends up getting a foul in his favor. See, I'd like to see a little bit more urgency here. Yeah, Sam's trying to do it, but again by himself there. That's the issue. That good press there. Causes the mistake. You can regroup. Gabe plays the ball into the middle, into the path of the Dynamo players.
And
looks
there's the man on
long.
the back post roaming by himself, and that's probably why.
Linesman says you were a little early there, son. I have to call that one back. Offsides in favor of Spurs. George Williams on the ball. He's going to shift to his left foot, his favorite. It's a good ball to Diego there from the keeper. Dovgima with a good touch.
Good to get out of that pressure.
Ball to Gabe.
Let's see what Gabe can do with this.
David with the clearance. Dynamo able to recover. It's a good tackle there by Diego. Stop the advance. Ref finding it necessary to have a word. I think maybe the Dynamo player was unhappy with the tackle.
Coach Ray standing up over there trying to organize his team a little bit.
Good ball from the keeper out to Gabe. Jack looking for a cheeky flick. I don't think Uriel was ready for it. I think I'd like to see him hold the ball up there, allow his team to get up and help him a little bit. Because even if Uriel had made it onto the end of that ball, there's still a lot for him to do. But it is looking better from the Spurs. Doug Gimafamune, George Williams, Diego Facundo, back to his keeper, Alex Settenberg. Eric Wolferman weighs his options, decides to go to Facundo. Facundo back to Wolf, again to the keeper. Keeper finds Facundo, who has space to pick out a pass. Facundo again. Facundo is wanting to play somebody in, but he just doesn't see the run. Gabe's got to get in there and challenge for this. Plays Uriel in. Uriel with the ball across the box, headed out by the center back. Some calm play here by the right back for Dynamo. In the end, it ends up for Texas Spurs throwing. George immediately puts the ball back in play for Facundo. Facundo to D. D to George. George sees that he's got about 3 or 4 guys on the back line there. He's going to go ahead and try to put that one over the top. Good header by the center back. David's under pressure there. Finds his center back, also under pressure. Big clearance. Another Spurs.
There by Spurs.
Yeah, it's definitely getting better. Not a great throw there.
Oh.
Good turn by Sam. Attempts to play the ball over the top. It's blocked by Dynamo. Dynamo looks for a quick counter. It's the danger man. George goes back to the keeper. Keeper with a good touch. Calm pass. Some good ball movement there by Dynamo. Ends up to nothing. Alex Strugila turning the ball over. We found Facundo again. Facundo's all over the field, man. Left to right. Urging his players to go forward. Tries to play the ball out wide. It's a poor ball. He splits the distance. Would have liked to see that press a little bit quicker. Ball's coming in there to the air to the keeper. You got to press him. It's a long run here by the right back. Pulling the ball up for his team. Finds Lozano. Lozano again. Strong ball across. Dealt with by Derek Crone. Wolf gaining some ground here. Finds Kevin. Kevin to Sam. Asking his players for a better pass there. I'd have to agree. I'm not sure why that was put away from him. Long ball to Derek Crone. Chested back to Wolferman under pressure. Does well. It's a little cheeky for my taste, but he pulled it off.
Dangerous
Good
area to
flick
try
there.
that, but it worked.
Facundo on the right side. He's going to pull on his favorite left foot. Ball across the middle. Attempted flick. It's a good ball. Good look from Facundo there. I think Kevin probably needs to bring the ball down there. Header from the top of the 18 is a little ambitious. Spurs coaching staff giving some instructions to their back line about what they would like to see different. Lozano with a finesse ball there. George cuts it off. Ends up for a Dynamo throw. It looks like Kevin Martinez and Jack Prather have switched positions. Kevin is now up in the striker's position while Jack is out on the right wing. Players offsides. Spurs ball. Gay burns a foul here. It's a hard ball to deal with there. Jack does well, earns a foul. Ball's in play, finds Diego Facundo. Facundo to Kevin. Kevin
Tough
attempts
ball
to
back.
find
Tough
Facundo
ball
back,
back.
but yeah, as you said, it's a poor ball. I do like to see the effort from Martinez to get back. He goes straight through the Spurs lines. Ball across, controlled by the keeper. It's a little concerning how easy he just strolled through the middle there. I do like the fact that the forward sprinted all the way back to try and put some pressure and win the ball back since he knew it was him that gave it up. George finds D. D's under pressure. D draws a foul.
Definitely got some air on that one.
Yeah, I think he knew he definitely knew the contact was coming. He played that well. That's the experience showing there. Again, unable to connect or hold the ball up there. Sam with a tackle. Player playing the ball from the ground. Max, back to Max, back to his right back. Able to get around Sam. Long ball sprayed out for David. David heads the ball forward, thinking that his outside mid was making a run. Just not on the same page there.
Oh.
Crone with a pass directly to the Dynamo forward, but is able to recover, put the pressure on, and earn the goal kick.
Third team warming up there behind the goal.
I think George was expecting his right back to tuck up there and go and get that ball, but again, not on the same page. Kevin does well to win the ball there. Sam Maldonado, good move. Finds Kevin again. Kevin with the first touch through to Jack Prather on the chase. Ball out for a Spurs throw-in.
A little build up there.
Seeing Gabe left back come across the field to take this throw-in, so I'm sure we can expect a long one. Spurs got to be careful here with the way that we're Back line is spaced out with Alex Trujillo just lurking for a long ball here. Takes one long ball to unlock this right now.
Yeah, this is a bit questionable here.
D wins the ball. That's a corner, save from the keeper. Again, D winning the ball in the air. I think I just almost got taken out by the camera.
Good opportunity here for the Spurs. Good ball.
Oh, almost connects with Jack Prather there. Foul on the way out. That was very close. It's a good ball. Got to keep your eyes open, make contact. David chooses to go short, but only for the time being as he switches the ball. Ball's in the air. We got to have some pressure there. Kevin does press.
No second runner to help him, though.
It's a good ball there.
And
Eric to cut that out. Facundo looking for his option. Spurs coach urging his player to get wide. Crone looking for a ball in. Wasn't the worst idea. Just needs a little bit of a better ball. George with Lozano on his back. Calmly finds his keeper. Keeper with a touch. Finds Logba. Logba to Crone. Crone to Wolf. Wolf is under pressure immediately. Finds D. D with a decent ball forward, looking for Kevin Martinez. Back to the keeper. Again, just the press just isn't there. They're able to just knock the ball around. Kevin Martinez is a little bit on an island. Switches the ball right to Uriel. Uriel with a bad touch. Again, the intensity of the press over here by Spurs number 7 needs to come up a little bit. I think he probably could have won the ball back if he would have took it up a notch there. Crone steps forward, wins the ball. The ball makes its way out. It's a good ball forward to Lozano. Lozano looks to play David through the slot. Just doesn't have the legs to get there.
a little too quick on this turf.
I will say that Leonard Stoica, the head coach for Dallas Dynamo, has been pretty calm tonight. I guess when your team's up 3-0, it's easier to stay calm.
I have not heard him. I have not heard him but once or twice.
Good tackle there. Keeper clears the ball out of bounds for a Spurs throw-in. Ball goes to the middle to D. D immediately gives the ball away. They elect to go backwards. The referee deciding that was not a foul. If it wasn't a foul, I think you need to call it for simulation, but not really sure. Crone chases it down.
Good cover there by Crone.
Yep. As I said before, the
Yep.
referee telling the Dynamo player not to do that again. Sam tries to turn in the middle, immediately loses the ball, and fouls the Dynamo player in the process. Gonna put the Englishman David over the ball with his left foot to play that into the box.
Little too much on that one.
Keeper able to settle. Uriel's got all the space in the world. He's looking for his options. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah. That's probably going to be a yellow. It's definitely denying a play going forward there by Lozano. Picks up the first yellow of the game for Dallas Dynamo. If you're just tuning in, it is 3-0 in favor of Dallas Dynamo. Coming close to the end of the first half. Spurs has been knocking on the door, but has not been able to capitalize yet.
3 quick goals in those first 15 minutes, and Spurs have settled down a little bit, had a few chances, just can't find anything inside that final third.
D lofts the ball into the backside. Center back does well. That number 4 center back has been winning probably 90% of everything that's come in the air towards him.
Makes you wonder why they keep putting the ball in the air.
You might, or if you're going to put it in the air, maybe just don't put it near him. He seems to be winning most of what's come his way.
There's Mr. Gabe on the throw.
Yep, left back goes all the way over to the right side to take advantage of the long throw that he's got in his cabinet, his locker. Ball comes in. Flick
And
on by Derek
Crone.
Crone. Oh, almost sneaks in there, back post. That's a good flick, good look by Derek Crone. They play the ball quickly. Alex Giorgio looking for a long ball across the field. Wolferman's going to cut that out, no problem. Finds Sam Maldonado. Derek Crone's asking for the ball in the wing. He does receive. You can see the idea there. It's just the execution, just off. Lozano puts him in. He is not offsides.
He is on.
Oy, he opts for the cheeky chip finish and puts it wide of the post. Spurs let off the hook there. Game remains 3-0.
That could have been a backbreaker before the half.
Some good exchanges here. Gabe looks to put Uriel in as Uriel checks in. Again, just not on the same page there. Kevin Martinez is battling for the ball. Dynamo center back does well there to earn a foul. So Kevin's played for Sporting for a couple seasons before he went overseas to play through the soccer visa program, and then now he's back. I know him personally. He's one of those guys that he just does not stop working. Doesn't matter what the scoreline is. Doesn't matter the situation. He's not going to stop. And that's halftime, ladies and gentlemen. It is 3-0 in favor of Dallas Dynamo as we take a break, and Spurs looks to regroup and hopefully come back out and get into this game. Dallas Dynamo leads Texas Spurs 3-0 in the Texas North Conference of the UPSL Premier.
What do you think? What halftime adjustments do you think Eddie Puskarich made?
I think that he's probably because I think two of the goals kind of came off of a scenario where that happened. The first one for sure, and then I think the way that they lost the ball that led up to the PK for the second goal was kind of similar, where they're trying to do too much in a bad area and lost the ball. And other than that, though, after the third goal went in, it's kind of been Spurs knocking at the door since then. So I'm hoping that they build on that momentum. They don't allow another goal to go in. They have to score the next goal, get back into this game. I don't know how I feel about this new generation Derek Crone with no long hair.
Certainly a questionable cut.
Cut all his hair off. No, wasn't even sure it was him at first. No, he cut it off during the Outlaw season. I've seen him since then. We're going straight forward from the Spurs. Diego goes over the top. Crone's in chase. He's going to put it across one touch. Tries to put it across one touch. It was a hard ball to deal with. D wins the ball back. Sam Maldonado on his touch. Back heels to D. D under pressure. Decides to go across the field. I like the let's put our foot in front of us and move forward, boys. I like the idea. Kevin wins the ball. Does well. Sam's got to move the ball now. Moves it to D. Just a little too far for D's reach. Ball goes out for a Dynamo throw-in. You hear a lot more of that. Yeah. Especially when he's frustrated.
Yeah.
George and Chase with Alex Argila. Makes. Oh no. I think he gets stomped on there. Did not feel good. I don't think there was any intent or any malice or anything like that, but it does look like he got stepped on there.
Looks like Eddie P found the other ball.
Oh, he's up there moving.
Did he just take one to the crown jewels?
No, I think he took it to his calf.
Oh.
But as I said before, I've known George many years now. It's going to take quite a bit for him to decide to come off the field. Sam gets his pocket picked there by David. He is offsides. Alex Argila not keeping track of his line. There was one change made at half. Looks like Uriel has come off the field.
Not a bad idea, but there by Crone.
I believe that is Corbin, number 15, who has come in for Uriel on the left-hand side for Texas Spurs as he bounces the ball off his rib cage out of bounds. Again, it's a little bit more of an aggressive look from Texas Spurs here. Ball slips through to Alex Trujillo. Alex tries to play Lozano. He was just offsides.
That was not by much.
Yeah, I think it was a good call, though. Richard plays the ball over the top. Facundo tries to help it on. Kevin puts the pressure on, able to get the ball back for his team.
Gabe.
Yeah, just not within his reach there. D wins a throw in. Good ball movement there. Again, there's some good exchanges. We just need to see some type of something earned from it.
It's something dangerous in the final third.
Gabe with a good ball to Facundo. Facundo on his left finds Kevin. Kevin with a hit. Oi! That I don't see. Okay, Crone finishes it. However, I think that he was
Crone with
gonna.
the finish.
I think he was gonna have to call a PK there if Crone didn't finish right. I think it was a straight kick to the groin or midsection for Kevin Martinez. Seems like he might have felt it.
Spurs were knocking the last 20 minutes of that first half and have come out with a little bit of aggression this first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Much higher pressure and the lines are connected. They earned that one.
Yeah.
Now let's see if they can keep that going.
Here we are, 3-1. Spurs scoring their first goal of the game just now via the rebound smashed in low by Derek Crone, number 5, the right back. Dynamo leads 3-1. Lozano's feet. Lozano sprays the ball out for Alex Trujillo. They find Max. There's a good ball over the top.
Good tackle by Gabe.
Gabe letting him know he's there. The Dynamo player is still down. However, for any of you rule aficionados out there, he is outside the field of play, so the referee is obliged to let the play go ahead and restart. Some really dangerous play there by Dynamo in the back, but it works out for Freddie Ayala so far. He draws the foul. I can tell you from experience that this can turn into a volatile situation very quickly between these two teams. I think
it is getting testy.
I think if the intensity keeps up like this, we'll see a little bit of fireworks, I guess you could say. Let's hope not, but
both coaches a little bit animated.
Puskarits versus Stoica. Sam receives the ball with space. His teammates are urging him to turn. He decides to play the ball to Facundo. Facundo keeps the ball, plays it out to D. D with a poor touch, able to retain the ball. Kevin finds Crone on the wing. Crone's going to look to whip this in back post, which he does. Header falls to Kevin Martinez. Ball cleared out. As far as Crone fouls. Dynamo decides to not wait for their player to put the ball back in play. Spurs with another foul.